Alright, for those who don't know me, my name is Dominique Gunn. I am the advisor for the Black Student Union at DeKalb High School. I was asked to come out and speak today. I'm a little nervous because I don't really do crowds, so I pre-wrote something and I'm just going to share it with y'all right now. Alright, so again, I was hesitant to coming out because I don't do crowds. So when I heard that y'all was doing a protest, I was a little iffy. It took me all the way up until 7 o'clock to decide if I was coming or not. I just get nervous with crowds. I always tell my BSU kids, never let anybody silence you. If you have a voice, use it. So I cannot tell my kids or my students that advice and not take it myself. So that's why I'm here today. So since Mr. Floyd's murder, I refrained from posting on social media because the rage within me, there was no telling what might have been said. Then my rage turned into fear and sadness. Because in the back of my mind, I couldn't help but wonder, my 2 younger brothers would have been next, or my cousin, or my other black males in my family. In the back of my mind, I fear that my nephews will be the next Trayvon Martin or Tamir Rice. In the back of my mind, I wonder if I would be the next Sandra Bland or Breonna Taylor. In the back of my mind, I question, will it ever stop? Why us? Why don't you see me? Am I less than anybody else because of the color of my skin? When the protesting started, I was like, it's about damn time. But then I couldn't not think what happens next. Are we doing it to be seen on your local newspaper? Or are you doing it wholeheartedly? For me, I'm black 24/7, 365. I've lived in this community since I was 6 years old. I've worked within this community for 10 years. Fighting for change, not for me, but the black students I encounter every day. I fight outside of the limelight, not looking for recognition. I fight because we deserve to be seen. I fight because we deserve to be heard. I fight because I want to see my nephews and nieces grow up. I fight because I want my students to know and understand their worth. I fight because my ancestors did it. I fight because I refuse to be silenced. I appreciate you all for coming and taking a stand in this community, because at one point I lost faith in this community. Again, I went to school out here, graduated high school out here, I work out here. So I've seen my fair share of racism. I've endured that for 31 years of my life. So I appreciate everyone for coming out here. Now my next question to each and every one of y'all is, what's next? What happens when it's silent? What happens when the protesting stop? Does it stop here? Do you silence yourself now? Or do you keep fighting? Are you here for the right reasons? How, after today, how are you going to support your black and brown community? It doesn't end today. When the silence stops, we have to be louder than the silence. We've been fighting this fight for a long time, and we will continue to fight. But we cannot be silenced. We've done that far too long. We have to make some people feel uncomfortable, because we've been uncomfortable for 400 years. Thank y'all.